We've now gone over $100 million in payouts for Alpha Cap.
This is proof we're up and running. It is what we promised to deliver. You can draw trend lines, you can have a strategy. The fundamentals are just going to kick that out of the park, no matter what.
A great simulated trader is not necessarily a great trader at all.
Everyone can trade, or everyone can think they trade, and everyone can get lucky. There's no point sitting there going, please go back up, please go back up. I'm long and I'm offside, and please, I don't want to get out yet because I know I'm right. And that to me is not how you build success. Get up a couple of hours earlier and make a couple of grand.
Most, if not all, probably have never sat down with a quant to go through every part of their strategy.
He will be dedicated to just do that. He doesn't care where the market's going. He is just dedicated to drill down on the strategy and say, this is how we enhance it, or stop trading.
Right, we're back for another Alpha Group update. I do enjoy these updates. Happens once every couple of months, doesn't it?
Couple of months, yeah, we do. It's good.
Last update we had, obviously, we introduced Mr. James Johnson to the left of me here for Alpha Prime. But what's really exciting about today's update, which we've just found out, well, it happened 2 weeks ago, but we just realised today is we've now gone over $100 million in payouts for Alpha Cap.
Yeah.
And as of a few days ago, we've just gone over $2 million for Alpha Futures. And I'm hoping in a few months' time, we'll be sitting here, James, under your leadership.
With a good problem.
With a good problem, which would be, you know, at least our first million in Alpha Prime.
We're heading in the right direction.
We're fine. A good target.
We're on good track.
Yeah, with Prime's 3 weeks now. We've been live.
3 weeks.
3 weeks.
How many traders do we have
already?
on for
We're up to 15 dotted around the globe. We've got another 5, so within another week we'll be at a nice round 20. So yeah, it's a very nice smooth trajectory. It's coming along nice. Learning so much, working with some really good people, some really intelligent people, guys that really know how to trade. I've got good strategies, and it's just about unlocking everything and enhancing, giving them all the tools.
Did you expect the type of trading talent of that first 20 that we put forward to you from Alpha Cap traders, Alpha Futures traders, that we said, look, these are day-to-day traders, some still work full-time and trading's part-time, some are trading full-time, etc., but they've not been in a professional environment. A lot of them are self-taught.
It's the refining part at the end of the trading journey, isn't it? So everyone can trade, or everyone can think they trade, and everyone can get lucky, and it's just the mental side of it, how to deal with a winning trade, how to manage that properly. Yep. Some people still want to just not leave a stop in, and they're prepared to see it go 10 grand onside and go back to zero, and that to me is not how you build success, and that's not how you scale.
It's funny you should say that, because I was watching you at your desk the other day, and we're having this conversation. There was, I can't remember who it was, but someone that wasn't trading with stops. And you think, like, the simulated model for cap and futures, what is it? Well, it's very simple. Challenges purchased versus challenges passed versus money out, and that's it. So they can't.
Some treat it that way.
Yeah, a lot of them treat it that way.
Yeah.
There's a lot of people, but like you say, a lot of people that trade without stops in a real professional environment.
In the present environment, it's dangerous. It's really dangerous.
The difference is that I think that's a good comparison, because you've got, in the live environment, you've got one account. You need to preserve that account forever. You can't. The account can't just disappear a month later, and then
you can preserve it and not trade. You know, scared
to
trade.
Yeah, you've got to take risks.
Little
You've got to click the button.
Tiny steps. You have to click the button to make money. And
there is a difference from trading psychologically, trading on sim to trading live. Your confidence in pressing that button
is different approach.
It is different. So there's.
But that's the thing. The current environment. Obviously, Donald Trump loves his Truth Social tweets. Yeah. Sends the markets crazy.
There was a couple of weeks.
You could be lucky and be on the right side of it. I don't mean it to be lucky, but you could be on the right side of one of those comments.
Before he tweets, you're already long, and
hundreds of thousands of dollars, no issue. But it could also cost you, and you have to, with everything, you've got to protect your downside. Yeah. Walking into each trade with, this is how much I'm prepared to lose, this is my risk. As long as I'm 3 times the upside, 4 times the upside, 10 times the upside, whatever style of trader you are, then I can help and we can build on that. And I'm seeing some great results.
Yeah.
And I'm seeing some poor results, you know, people that are
Just
a little
started,
scared and finding their feet, and it's a new trading platform.
Well, that's also the goal of Prime, like we said when we announced Prime. What we're doing is here to find talented traders and then refine it and maximise their ability and improve their strategy and improve their risk management. And in 2 weeks, 3 weeks, the quant starts. So maybe this will be good.
Yep, contract signed. He'll be with us in 2 weeks' time.
So let's run through an example, right? Let's say I am new Alpha Prime trader. I'm on board tomorrow, next week, whenever. What does a session with the quant look like for me? How
you can have out as much as you physically want from it. If you don't want to disclose your strategy and you think that you have reinvented the wheel, fair enough. But as we said in the previous podcast, we're building a collaborative environment. And if you can then articulate what you see going on in the charts, whatever your strategy may be, lots of people are buzzword of ICT and fair value gaps and different bits and pieces. If you can go deeper than that and create, and you have something, we can then sit with the quant and he can program that right into Python. We're working with some really cool data scientists that have got access to so much data, like up to 20 years worth of data. And that's tick data. That's so much data.
So then we can back test.
We can then go back,
the whole,
let's say the last 10 years,
10
5 years, whatever you want for your program to run, and you can see what kind of sharp ratio that is. And we can then work together and say, why don't you add this filter in, a little bit of divergence, or using different technical indicators. It may enhance, it may reduce the amount of trades that you do, it may mean you trade more and you lose more, but the winners are far bigger. And over the course of the next period of 6 months, you should, if that's on the right track, you should go on to make X.
I think that's important as well. People, I don't think someone should expect to be trading, you know, get promoted from Alpha Cap, Alpha Futures. They turn up at Alpha Prime, day one, live account, and within the first 30 days, absolutely smash it and blow it out the park. That's not, I mean, if you do that, great.
Well, that's amazing. That's
not what we're looking for.
But that's not at all.
We're not looking for that.
Realistically, it's starting fresh from ground zero.
You go for an interview process. You need to be able to work with. My vision is an elite team of traders. Traders that are really good and know what they're doing.
And what I'm realising is a great simulated trader is not necessarily a great trader at all. I'm realising that.
Because in the sim world, it doesn't matter. You can have another go.
The amount of accounts.
This is what I want to be people's full-time job. I'm working with people that have got full-time jobs, whether they're chartered accountants or working in the medical industry or various different jobs, and they're doing trading as a sideline, which is perfectly fine. That's the world they've come from. But I want to build this big enough that then they say, I don't need that anymore. This is a 6-figure salary, bigger, and just to enhance that.
Yeah, and the potential's there, and I see it that Ben gets it in the Discord, and the Alpha Cap team get it in the Discord. You know, what's the starting salary? What's the starting account size? What risk can I get? And it just starts there. Can I scale more?
The
answer
is differently.
It's tailored differently to each individual, and what you've done at Cap and Futures, etc., is an indication to what you start with. But also your starting balance isn't necessarily what it's always going to be forever. If you start with a salary or you start with no salary, the goal is that you prove that within 3 to 6 months you're indisposable. We don't want to lose you. We will invest whatever we can into that person.
We can tell. We've got enough information. We're heat mapping each person. We can tell when someone's got something.
When they're
and
hot.
If you've been unlucky and you've started just in your drawdown period, it's not a problem. You know, the goalposts can move all the time. We can allocate more risk. We can allocate less risk. We can protect you with a small salary and you know, enhance the trading that way. It's all about scaling. The more you earn, the better performing trades, the more you earn, the bigger your account is. It all falls hand in hand. It's very, very simple.
Going back to the selection process though, obviously you've been doing a lot, well, all the calls.
All of them.
You've been getting reports across to you, having a look at their trading history, having a conversation on the phone, see if they're a good fit. But also you're talking about, or we're talking about, mostly you, the tech side, creating something in the dashboard that's going to be a score, we've prime score.
In the admin, in our back-end admin panels, which the traders don't see, obviously, we've got what we've renamed now the Prime watch list. And that, but has every single client or every single trader in a list, and then it will then show different key metrics that we want to look out for, so that we don't need to go, okay, there's 500,000 traders, where do we start? We can go, okay, well, we want to isolate the top 200 and then go through their stats, etc. But what that's led to the idea of is that we're going to bring out a prime score in the client portal, where we're still working out what those metrics will be.
Should we like your credit score on Experian, where you've got a circle?
Yeah,
and it looks
or your trading
score,
score,
good, average.
Or your trading score, so it will show. Parts of that will be how consistent are they, how many. I think it will be important to add in there how many accounts that's taken them to get to that point, because if it takes you 20 accounts to get a single account. But then you do really well, and then you lose the account, and it takes you another 5 accounts to get another account. You're good, but there's still some inconsistencies there. There's still some learning curves that are needed to be more consistent, that you don't need to take 5 or 20 accounts. Account rolling's an issue, and people make money that way. Like I said, money in versus money out, great, but that doesn't necessarily mean that they're going to be a long-term, consistently profitable trader live on a singular account.
But we have seen in the past, obviously Alpha's been Alpha Cap, not Futures. Futures 8 months, Cap 4 years. Well, it's already been 2025 4 years. Yeah. So as of November, Alpha Cap would have been running for 4 years.
Yeah.
But what we have seen in that is, there's a lot of people that took a lot of accounts to pass, but then you start seeing improvement from some of these traders as well. Where at the beginning it might have took them 10, 15 accounts just to get it past the where now they're doing 2 evaluations and passing it.
Yeah.
So there is improvement. Now we'll watch out for that as well.
Yeah, we've said from day one, 3 years ago, we've always encouraged 4 years. We've always encouraged responsible trading, to take it seriously. Like, it's not the more serious you take it, and the more I don't think it's safe is the word,
it's a profession. This isn't
a
hobby. Although it is some people's sideline, some people are working in a professional job that they're earning a very good salary, and this is their sideline, but they want to learn. Some guys are not interested in taking any money from their account. They just want to build it. These are the discussions we're having. It's their journey that they're on, but people fall in love with trading. People love looking, whether it's just looking at the ladders moving up and down, and it's that
it's a daily challenge. It's the best, one of the best jobs, but hardest as well. But also, you kicked off saying that Alpha Cap's paid out now over 100 million in performance fees to traders, analysts around the world.
110, I would have thought by now.
110, but that means obviously that there's some incredibly successful and profitable traders that know how to analyse the markets, and we just need to find those, isolate those, and this is why we launched Prime, because it just seemed the most logical next step. Like, if we are finding these talented traders from around the world, why would we not then build Alpha Prime, where it's the traditional model that we can invest into them, give them the infrastructure? Because I can't speak for everyone. Everyone's different. Like, let's look at the first 20 that we've onboarded. How many would you say take as much interest in the fundamentals, in what's going on in global economics? And
very few at the moment.
And how important would you say that is to trading?
Fundamentals are overall everything. You can draw trend lines, you can have a strategy, you can whatever you believe in is perfect, but fundamentals are just going to kick that out of the park no matter what. Up and coming trade deal, hopefully, with USA and China, it's just gonna blow things up.
Change the whole market.
We're now on a Friday afternoon, Friday lunchtime. People are going to start looking to be risk off into the weekend, because it's still uncertain. It's just the nature of the beast. But for us to give enough tools for people to now learn and understand what fundamentals are, I'm pushing for us to get an education program in where the traders can take part and get some form of degree, which will go with them for life.
It's level 5.
A level 5 degree, which will go through their career with them, and that's theirs for life.
Yeah, trading certified accredited.
My aim on that is to educate the traders enough to understand that when Jerome Powell says X, Y, Z, his forward guidance on the rate path, you understand what that means and what it's going to mean for NASDAQ or gold or even if you're trading interest rate products or government bonds. At the moment, I'm not saying people don't understand, they're not just taking it seriously.
There's just
enough.
more to understand.
But it's because people are still running it as a sideline or a side hustle or whatever people are happy to describe it as. As time goes by, they learn more, their account grows more, it will become their full-time job. I have people that are based in the UK, but they're up at 2 a.m. trading the Asian session. They love, and there's opportunities to make money. And why would you not do it?
Yeah.
Get up a couple of hours earlier and make a couple of grand before your day's even started.
Or don't go to sleep.
or just don't sleep.
Don't go to sleep.
Be nocturnal.
Yeah.
But that's we said the quant's starting, so that would be.
Yeah, he's going to be great. He's full of energy. He's really good.
And I think that will be interesting for the traders that sit down, because most, if not all, probably have never sat down with a quant to go through every part of their strategy over the past. Maybe they've tried to back test it on trading view over a few years, maybe a couple of months, or I don't know. But the quant will really drill down.
He will be
into everything.
dedicated to just do
one to one.
He doesn't care where the market's going.
Nope.
He doesn't care if you're long or short. He is just dedicated to drill down on the strategy and say, this is how we enhance it, or it doesn't work. Stop trading it.
Yeah, tweak this.
Tweak it. Or it is amazing and risk more of your allocation. It's, that's what he's dedicated to do, and we have got a team that will work with him that have got
that are incredible.
they're
incredible.
Yeah.
So that opens up the opportunity then that we can start to code and build algorithms for the individual traders that are trading manually, and we can back test it once they've written out a clear system of how we can then go and back test it. But we can use the same approach to then write it up and pass them an automated.
The possibility is to automate it.
Yes.
And then the best part of trading is to be emotion free.
Yes.
There's no point sitting there going, please go back up, please go back up. I'm long and I'm offside, and please, I don't want to get out yet because I know I'm right.
And I haven't got a stop loss.
When is enough is enough.
Yeah, if you remove the emotion.
Or you're bullish, you've got a bullish bias, and you buy it, you get stopped out. Buy it, get stopped out. Buy it, get stopped out. And it's like, why didn't you get
stop doing that? Yeah.
So if you're if the system works and it is something that is proven to work, we could automate it. It will just trade 24/7 on your behalf and completely emotion free.
Yep.
And each day you'll just check in, or you can go and work on system number 2.
Yes.
And another strategy.
Yeah, focus on a different asset. You can have
positions. You can be long, short term, but overall short, long term.
Yeah.
There's nothing wrong with that. So it's endless.
Yeah,
you can have 20 different positions.
So given the quant being a fundamental part of Alpha Prime to help traders and to aid it, what else can you see us bringing in to Prime to help traders?
So
what else do we need?
We're working with a team that will deliver the news, cutting edge, as it happens, breaking news. I want to develop a kind of portal where you can get access to all the news outlets, be it Bloomberg, Reuters, or the major TV channels. We'll make a media board where you can click on
live.
Oh, live, low latency, live. No, not watching it through your skybox when it's a couple of seconds behind. Yeah. You need to know, if you're going to be at the forefront of the markets, you need to know the breaking news. So that's what we want to work on. We're working with another team that we have a meeting today potentially to sign a deal where we will end up with, as we grow, at the moment there's no market for it, but as we grow we will have a live channel news anchor, which will be just filling us with interesting traders and interviewing traders that have been on an amazing journey and hearing their stories, or interviewing, you know, important people in the finance world that will...
In and around London.
Yeah. You don't want to have an environment where people are just boasting about their trades.
Because you came up with a good name for it, Alpha Pulse. And Alpha Pulse will be a live stream eventually when we build up to it, which is hosted by analysts or professional analysts or news.
That aren't boring, that's got a bit about them.
That aren't just, you know, traders by day, you know, which is interesting to then, you know, see different how people analyse live trading. It's interesting to watch live trading. But what I think is missing, I think, in the market, particularly in the prop space, is professional, fundamental as it comes, and not just analysis of, you know, this is the next headline, but then maybe just breaking that down and explaining, like you said, like what if there's a major piece of news comes out and it's going to come, expected to come out on the Friday, it could go either way, the market's going to do this, but why? So maybe a lot of people might look at my FX book to see, you know, NFP or jobs or interest rates are coming out. They just
this week
cut rates yesterday.
Yeah, this week's been very busy.
What does that mean for the market? And then explaining not just, okay, this number comes out, so market goes up or market goes down, but why? Why does it do that? I think that's what the next piece that is only going to enhance people that just trade with Alpha Cap or Prime, etc. But anyone, if that's a live stream, anyone can watch that.
Yeah,
so that'd be free education for all, and a different approach, which I think is kind of what we always try to do.
In its way, that's kind of mentoring people, because it's, you know, as you're leading up to this week where you've got FOMC and the Bank of England, leading up to that Monday, Tuesday is kind of a risk-off session, isn't it? So the big banks are flattening their books. They don't want the risk going into these meetings.
No.
So I've got a handful of guys that have made really good money and a handful of guys that have just sat there and, well, I'm not sure what to do. But that was in the risk-off session leading into those meetings. Yeah. Meetings have happened, whether you trade the noise that's happened over those. There was a pretty good move over NASDAQ when FOMC, during Jerome Powell's speech. Some people traded, some people didn't. They don't know why it's moving. But that's the beauty of Prime. There's no restrictions for your trading, but you've got to be educated to know why it's moving.
To know how to take advantage of it all.
Free education.
And what we find, especially on the futures side, and there's other futures firms out there, there is channels that people are watching all day long.
All day, yeah.
And it's our job with Alpha Pulse to make sure we make the best channel where everyone wants to come and visit our channel and be on our channel, because they're getting some
value based.
They're getting some real value from it, and they're also getting something different, which would be speaking to people in and around the square mile, coming in on a Tuesday afternoon in the studio with them, talking about.
You've already introduced us to quite a bit of your phone book, and it's been interesting. We've met some good, interesting people that. Which is
opening
good.
doors, and I mean, I've got an invested interest in this. I want this to work. I don't want any failures. This is all about success, and I'm putting every bit of energy I've got into building this up. But we could get 100,000 of traders to come in and talk about the trades that they've done and how much they've made or haven't made and things like that. It's not about talking about those stories. It's how to educate and to pass on the message to say, you know, it's a really bad idea to be taking a risk on a Wednesday morning when you've got FOMC that evening. It's just not what you do. And there's enough trading sessions going
you're not
forward.
Missing, it's not.
There's always another trade. Get out, take the money off the table, watch what happens, and then get your bias again on the market direction and go again. Yeah, there's always another trade.
And that goes back to the point of calling it Alpha Pulse. So, you know, our fingers on the pulse.
Yep.
Literally.
I like what you. Yep.
In here, and it's going to give a lot of our community as a whole a good opportunity to know what's going on.
And Prime, like we said, 3 weeks into it now with Prime, with another fast forward 2 months, all of the things that we've discussed will be live, functioning, working. Prime will be, we'll be 20 traders in a week.
This way,
maybe
it's going to be interesting. 40, 50. I would like to know what that number will be, because if you've got 20 now after 3 weeks, You know, and there's still things that we're still organising a lot of stuff, getting a few processes sorted.
We're still kind of...
There's a big list in that watch list as well.
But not everyone's coming through Alpha Cap or Alpha Futures. There are other people coming.
Yeah, there's a few just outside.
Yeah,
just
I'm looking forward to sit down with someone next week who's not come through that process.
The door is open. There's two lads.
There's
two lads over there off
there
screen. Trading there that's come with you. From your journey.
Yeah, fully.
How did you find them lads?
I've worked with them for a good couple of months, just assisting them and mentoring them and educating, and they've got a passion for trading. They've come from university. They've contacted me via
LinkedIn or email.
I really liked what I saw. They've really got something about them. They've got some very unique strategies that they're working on, and the results from their simulated trading were very good, and that transition we've already discussed. When you go from simulated to live is hard. You're taking a risk. It's real money. They clearly don't want to let me down. They want to prove me right for backing them. So there's the financial aspect there, but they've got it. I really believe in them. They will be hugely successful, and I want it to be under my umbrella and to prove me right. To make me look good, you know. That's what we're all. At the end of the day,
like the more and more success stories that everyone that's under Alpha Prime, we've got a vested interest to make them a big success story. It doesn't even have to be public, because the whole idea of Prime is that we find talented traders, the next $1 million trader. You know, there's guys that
I look forward to doing that video one day as well.
Incredible numbers on.
Yeah, I've met some really interesting characters, and you know, some people that, like I've said, they've got their professional, they've got their day job. I don't like to call it that, but they've got their day job, and they're like, I'm going to make this 7 figures. I promise you, that's where I'm going to go. I believe in my strategy. The tools you're going to give me, the mentoring, the advice, you know. And we had that conversation the other day. Someone was up a lot of money, and I said, "What's your game plan?" He was like, "Okay, I'll get out." I said, "No, I don't want you to get out of the trade. But I need to. You need to know, not me. You need to know what's your exit plan."
Yeah.
And after a lengthy conversation, they decided, "Yeah, you're right." They talked themselves round to the position, and rather than running a trading stop, we had FOMC coming up. It was just time to take the money off the table, and it was a lot of money.
Yeah,
a lot of money.
Yeah,
a month's salary.
Yeah,
more than a month's salary for 2 months' salary.
Yeah, exactly.
And it was the right decision. The market did turn, so we were lucky in that aspect. I'd hate to be proved wrong, and the market carried on going. And that I class as a success. Yeah. That was just a little bit of advice. You know, there'll be another trade.
Yeah, don't get married to it.
And you just got to think, imagine,
don't fall in love with one idea, one bias.
It's just an idea.
Imagine though how many, little touches like that throughout the course of that trader or whoever's trader's career, how much that's going to just improve.
That's the beautiful thing.
Their overall take home.
We're not finding traders that don't know what a chart is or don't know how to trade, or they've been trying. You've got to train them from absolute zero. Like, these are guys that are all, and girls. We have a couple of girls. How many girls do we have on Prime? 1 or 2?
Just the one at the moment.
1 girl. So Ben was excited to put her over. You was excited when you met
Ben
her,
was keen. Ben was loving the idea. You know, our first female
she might
trader.
put all the lads to shame as well. You never know.
I hope she does. But she's a very intelligent lady. She certainly knows the stuff, and she's very happy. Yeah, just cracking on.
When did she start live?
We finally had all the account open and everything last week. This week. Fantastic. So it's
Friday now.
4th or 5th day she's been trading.
But to the point, right, we're finding already talented traders, and it is light touches. You know, how many improve. Get better at exit plan. Sit down with a quant to improve the strategy. It should just be 3 months, 6 months of light touches, helping them here, improve here, manage your risk better here, maybe understand a bit more of this part, which is going to improve your strategy.
So I think you want to bring in, we want more people in the London office, create that collaborative environment.
I think that's one thing we need to, again, there's still systems getting put in place, but I'm sure on that watch list and a few of you out there, that there is Londoners that are sitting on that watch list that could come up here.
Come sit in the office.
Come sit in the office with us.
It's free to sit here. It's free to learn.
For you it is, yeah.
Yeah, not for me.
Not for me.
For the
traders,
traders to come in here, there's no restrictions.
It's free.
We can
If you want to come in and you want to learn and you're able to get here, then there's no.
And I'm sure that if they're good enough,
we'll
we
get
support them. I think we should do a little London roundup on our Alpha watch list because there's going to be London. We haven't looked at the geographic.
No, we haven't. We've just
at the moment we haven't gone geographical. We've just
gone for the top teams so far.
Success.
So next, I think, is
London
location.
You need to identify that. The more people you're around working with, you're helping each other.
Different ideas. There's a buzz in the office.
Yeah.
I think London's got it. We got to look at that watch list next week and look into the London area.
Some more London.
We have space. It'd be good to fill it.
Spare desks.
And you're rather than doing video calls, you're actually sitting with the quant. He will be in the office.
He's sitting in the office.
Yeah.
And also, we're only here for a short time, and then we move to the new office. Start of July, which we're excited about, which is a great location.
I think,
but you'll be able to tell the location from where we're just situated.
When we get that office,
content.
what I think would be a good idea is we
London
fly every prime, if there's 20, 30, 40 globally, whatever it is,
Prime
fly
week.
everyone over for a
Prime
week.
week
We'll have
once
a
a year.
prime
You have
week.
to get an Alpha Prime plane.
Yeah, oh God. Jesus. Maybe. But we could do a prime week, get everyone over.
But yeah, I think we should have an Alpha
good.
Prime week once a year anyway, which would be great, which would bring everyone over.
Yeah.
And events.
Well, a week of
Prime.
trading and a weekend of fun.
Yeah. But I think, look, I'm looking forward to next time to sharing someone's story who wants to share their story. Come on,
I
talk
think
to us about
we can
the
get
Alpha Prime
some.
journey.
We'll speak to them, see
In
who's
the
up
next
for sharing.
six, 7 weeks, get it going, and then obviously get some good payouts on the run from some of these guys.
This is proof we're up and running. We are 3 weeks in.
Yeah,
Prime is
We're
in.
already up to almost 20 traders.
Growing.
We're up and running. It's live. It's scaling up people's accounts. It is what we promised to deliver.
Yeah.
And we're at the beginning of the journey.
We're still building. There's a lot to build. The Prime portal.
I don't really want to report in for another couple of months. Get my head down and keep working.
Yes,
this
100%.
is the dream.
Yeah, agreed.
And I think, next time you see us probably will be in that
Couple of
office.
months.
There'll be a lot more of that coming into July when we've got the new office, which will be all singing, all dancing, all dressed up very pretty.
Yeah.
And it'll be it's already a great environment to work in, but a great place to work. It'll be hustling, it'll be bustling, and it'll be everything you want.
Be good fun.
Yeah.